let's talk about what I'm going to be dubbing here the gym bro diet. Cheers. The gym bro diet is what you're probably seeing a lot these days on social media. It consists of wooden cutting board. You already know the one now that I mentioned this wooden cutting board thing. You know, I almost don't even want to describe it because it's so common it seems like waste of calories for me to fucking describe it, but I will. So, wooden cutting board, pretend this is a cutting board. Steak, avocado, berry, egg. It's boring. Right now it's boring. It used to be really, really interesting, and now everyone and their mother started doing it. Cool. Right now, it's becoming more and more popular, not just to make the diet and the plate, but also to critique it. And in the fitness space, right, most people only think of nutrition, so when they make a critique, they critique it nutritionally. If I were to, I'm just getting some video out, so I'm not gonna like fucking edit it and put on the chronometer stats, but you can imagine, chronometer, it's like this app that tracks nutrition, micronutrients, carbs, proteins, fats, water intake, whatever, alcohol, you can even put alcohol intake in there. It tracks all these metrics, and if you were to input this, wooden cutting board, steak, egg, avocado, berries, you would see that aside from the fact that it's mostly keto, you would see that it's a pretty good diet. It's actually a really, really good diet. It has high protein, high fat, which is good for hormones. The mineral content is like lovely, because the steak has like iron, zinc, all this shit. The avocado in it has a bunch of like omega-3s. It's cool. It's unsaturated fat. It has like all the polyphenols and whatever else, like the little micronutrients that plants have in them. Obviously, the berries have a good amount of antioxidants. And then what else do they put it? Yeah, the eggs are just amazing. The eggs have like all the choline you need, all the selenium. But people still tend to critique it nutritionally, which I think is the wrong approach entirely, because on a nutrition standpoint, it holds up entirely. The one thing that you can critique it for is that there's not enough carbs in it for people who actually want to do an athletic thing, who want to actually perform like in an athletic competition. It's not going to give you the edge, because if your glycogen stores are full, which the berries alone and the raw honey and whatever the fuck, they can't really get your glycogen full, not compared to you just having a good amount of rice. The unfortunate thing there is that this little bullshit diet, like it doesn't replenish your glycogen, right? Because there's just berries, some raw honey, raw milk, and raw like dairy products. That's not usually enough for carbs, but that's basically the only critique nutritionally, because everything else, including the organ meats, especially if you decide to follow them, the organ meats and the regular just like muscle cuts of meat and the whatever the fuck else, that are very, very nutritionally dense, so you can't really critique it in like a health sense. What can you critique it for then? The culinary side. I said that in an unflattering way. Basically, the culinary side, if I put my hand here, it like blocks out the light and makes me look like a person instead of a backlit fucking entity. Okay, the culinary side is what most people don't think about when it comes to fitness. Because why should they? There's been this big thing in the US mainly, but it spread to Europe, like in Hungary. We're really, really proud of our food and our bodybuilders, like Kati Béla, rest in peace. Bohos Kornél, all these people, they employ the mindset of, yeah, food is fuel, fuck you, I'll diet now, and then like when I'm ready to like kind of settle down and retire from competition, then I'll eat healthier and tastier foods, or tastier foods. But while I'm working out, while I'm really, really focused on competition, getting the biggest lats, big side chest, whatever the fuck, this is a horrible pose for me. I got the front double bi down pretty well, but so all these people say, while I'm in my competition mode, I'm just gonna eat the boring bullshit food. I can take it, I can tank it, it's fine, whatever. That started with like, well, I don't know if it started, it got made popular by the American bodybuilders. Like Ronnie Coleman would get out a pile of fucking grits, put some American cheese on it, slap fucking egg whites on it, good. And it makes sense, right? Carb, protein, very minimal fat, because, I mean, the fat from the American cheese, but very minimal fat because he made the grits, I think, with even water, and he used egg whites only instead of whole eggs. So that was very smart, right? Like it objectively doesn't make sense. Technically, when you look at it, yes, it makes sense because it's a good amount of nutrients. It's a good amount. Like the timing is, you can time it well. You can hit your macros. You can hit your micros. Whatever. This is amazing. What then is the problem? The culinary side. If every one of your meals takes this inspiration of like, fuck you, I don't care about taste. I'll just eat for performance. It's not going to be very enjoyable. And are we supposed to enjoy life? Like, yes, I think so. Definitely. The fact that this is even an argument is a little bit laughable. But even the very, very, you look at even the very, very high discipline people, like most people think of, most people think of Andrew Tate, but I don't think he's the best example of this. Even he, like, he fucking, if you look at clips of him, like, he's laughing all the time. He's, like, enjoying shit. He's just, like, rage baiting people. When he gets, I'm not commenting on any of, not commenting on any of his takes on anything, because I quite frankly don't care. But whenever you look at a Tate clip, he seems to always be, I just thought of this actually yesterday. I was driving on the highway and I unironically think I saw him. I don't keep up with his social media or anything, but if he is in LA right now, I think I think I saw him, and he was in like a nice ass car, fucking passed me at like 90 miles an hour. It was very funny. But when you look at clips of him, he's laughing, like he's enjoying himself. In the earlier clips of the podcast where he's on like the BBC or whatever the fuck, sure, he puts on the serious face, but outside of that, he's still enjoying himself. Same thing with First Man, who is now Chris Sturmy is the guy's name. He's now rebranded as Onam. He used to be a very, very vocal and active like voice in the like hardcore discipline lifestyle kind of niche, and now he's doing like much more things in the real world, so much respect for that. But he's also this guy who's like, yeah, eat clean, do whatever the fuck, hardcore gym discipline. But if you watch his videos, much like Tate, he's enjoying himself, he's smiling, he's having fun. If you look at podcasts of him where he's just like there, just being himself, and the video is unedited, he's having fun, he's having a good time, he's enjoying his life. Devin Larratt, greatest arm wrestler in the world by far. His first fucking rule for anyone who asks, what do you want to do with your life? Or like, help me, Devin, I don't know what to do with my life. He's like, do what you love. It's easy. The YouTuber Hamza, who is the single biggest positive influence for young men in this generation, what has his advice been recently? Enjoy things. Do the things you like, do what you want. So, when you take out the culinary aspect of food and you're like, fucking, I'm just gonna get fucking humongous and I don't care about the culinary aspect and I don't care about taste, I don't care about flavor. For anyone like who not familiar at all, culinary just means cooking, like cooking to make things taste good. If you ignore that, which a lot of people do, you're gonna kind of fucking hate your life, and your results are also not gonna be very, very good. And when it comes time for you to cook, like when it comes down for you to time for you to cook for like a date or for your friends or whatever, you're gonna be that one fucking guy who's like, haha, I burn water, like I can't cook anything, I'd burn water if I tried. And you think that sounds funny and you think that sounds like a flex. It's not. Like it's really not cool. On the contrary, when you can cook something, it is very cool. You can, like, it unlocks so many like social occasions. It's like a real skill. Like if the apocalypse happens and the fucking whatever bumfuck countries invade each other, it becomes a real skill, like a real survival skill. Like one of the other guys, like the fucking hardcore David Goggins guy, can fucking spear throw, kill the deer that you guys are gonna eat, and then when he brings it back, he doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. You're there. You can cook it. You can like chop up some herbs, fucking saute, easy. You can do all that. And that's the beauty of it, because like I said, if you don't have that, the lack of that, it just makes your life overall is just gonna go down. The people who don't know how to cook, sometimes they can like autism through it, like, yeah, I'll eat the same meals every day, I'll do the same shit. Sure, some people may be able to autism through it and just be like, I don't care about the flavor, I don't care about this, whatever. I personally tried that last year in college when I got up to fucking 200 pounds from 160. I'm right now 185. I'm to be honest, I'm not happy at all with my body composition, but I'm very happy with the fact that I gained so much weight. That's very, very good. But so my frame has definitely filled out. Like, I'm fucking, the bulk did the job. But I'm still not happy with my body comp. That's a separate point. But I tried this, gaining those 40 pounds. He was like, fuck it, I don't care. I'll just like soldier through it, machine through it, just eat the same shit. And by the end of the year, I got so fucking sick and tired of the same meals because the meals were dog shit. The meals were bad. Like, the meals weren't very tasty. So the number one thing, tying this back to the whole fitness, the cutting board steak and egg diet, it's culinarily not very inventive. Inventive? Is that a word? Creative. When the nice little YouTubers are doing it, right? When the, like, Nick DiGiovanni and all these other, like, the people who are actually, like, chefs and good at cooking, when they're doing it, yeah, they can sear the steak well, and they can, like, have the egg done to a nice level of runniness, and they can fucking plate it up nicely. But the average kid who, like, fucking makes all this and is like, yes, Paul Saladino, I'm gonna eat my raw beef testicle. They're just not gonna be able to cook it very well. And so that's the number one thing. The number one problem with it is that this diet, zero emphasis is put on flavor. And, like, if you examine it culinarily, the combination is really shit. Like, the combination is really fucking bad. If you just worked hard for a day, right? You were at, like, I don't know, you did a shift at your job at a restaurant, fucking bakery, whatever, construction. And then you came back and then you had that meal. Would it feel good? Yes. But at that point, like, I've had times where I fucking come home from a shift. I've never done construction, but I have had, I have worked long hours at a restaurant, bakery, and come back, and then literally whatever food there is, I'm just like fucking rah, 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 and it's very tasty because at that point it's just like, okay, fuck you with your culinary stuff. Like, I don't care. I just want to eat something. Would I still have preferred it though, if I would have had something like good culinarily? Yes. And also, it's kind of like the thing for me, I know that I can make a good meal whenever. For other people, they don't know that they can make a good meal whenever, especially if you don't have the skill of cooking. You don't know if you don't know, like, whether or not you can make a nice fucking meal just right now. And so that level of scarcity may lead you to eat out more. That sounds funny. To eat out more at restaurants, to seek unhealthier foods, to just fucking go off your diet to do all that. I'm kind of shit at dieting. I'm very shit at dieting when it comes to, like, tracking macros and stuff. But I am good at dieting in that if I want to gain weight, I'll gain weight. If I want to lose weight, I'll lose weight. So there you go. Cooking has helped massively with that because the thing, my whole point with this thing of, like, when you come back from a shift and you have nothing, you just have, like, a can of tuna in your fucking, and, like, a middle finger to, like, shove up your nose or whatever. The whole thing with that is I know that I can create some culinary marvel, that I can, like, I know that I have the ability to make a good meal. So for me, it's just, yeah, okay, this one, I'll take the L on this one. Yeah, sure, I'll eat it, whatever. But for other people, that's their, like, top-end meal. Like, their top-end meal is their fucking garbage spaghetti with, like, tomato sauce that they don't even toss with the pasta. And, like, that's their specialty. And that's very, very demotivating. That's very, very demoralizing. And so it's those people who are like, fuck this eating healthy. I'm going to kill myself in a video game. We're far enough into the video that I can probably say that I'm not get banned. So fuck this whole eating healthy thing. I'm just going to, like, binge. I basically have very little desire. I can't stand, like, junk food. I haven't been to McDonald's in, is it 7 years? I haven't been to McDonald's since 4th grade, and I'm now going into year 2 of college. So, like, no, it's not 7 years. It's more like, it's almost 10. So I haven't been to McDonald's in almost a decade. I've been to other fast food restaurants that aren't McDonald's a very limited amount of times. I've been to, like, Chick-fil-A a bunch, but that's basically an exception. Not this year. I don't even think I've had any Chick-fil-A for the definitely a fucking year. Maybe once in the winter, but these, like, little donut holes and whatever. When I was bulking last year, I just ate whatever I saw, but it's not really because I was really craving it. I really wanted it. It was mostly because like, fuck, I'm stuck at 180. I need to go up to 200, and now I'm coming down from 200 to 170. But so back then I did have a bunch of unhealthy food, but that was for a different purpose. And I'm not gonna live like that, fuck knows. But right now, and as I'm just like living my life normally, not in a turbo bulk mode, I have zero desire to eat like a lot of unhealthy food. Just because the food that I make, period, is good. Like the food that I make that's healthy is already good. It's like the unhealthiest thing. I had chips like once, like a week ago, and then like I had a lot of like homemade baked goods that I made with my mom, which I think is an exception because that's kind of obviously it still has the bad macros, but it's gonna be better for you than shit you buy at like anywhere else. And I had like a few desserts once from this place called Porto's. And for the past few weeks, like my diet's I've been like pretty good with my diet. I've had like some fruit flavored yogurts that obviously had some added sugar. And I've had like squares of dark chocolate here and there. And like a square of a fucking wafer bar or something. And I've added like honey into fucking tea and whatever. But just thinking about it, and this is over the course of weeks, so thinking about it, my diet has been fucking flawless. If you exclude anything that I made myself, I've had very, very little unhealthy food. And that's just because I've gotten back into cooking again, and cooking is such an amazing skill. Because it makes food that's good for you taste good. Because, again, the dilemma that most people have, we just passed 1648 on the video. Shout out to Sabaton. 1648. Basically, the skill of cooking, at least the way that I do it, is there's obviously the artistic part of it, but the most practical part of it is taking something that's good for you and making it taste good, because people often have to make the trade-off, or they think they have to make the trade-off of, yeah, I'm gonna have something that's good for me, but it's gonna taste like shit because I just boiled the chicken. Or, yeah, I'm gonna have something that tastes good, but it's gonna be shit for me because I'm gonna get it from some fast food place or some like other dessert shop or wherever else, or the supermarket. For me, cooking, a large part of it is making whatever is really, really good for you palatable. And this steak and egg cutting board thing, yes, the cooks, like the proper home cooks and chefs, can make it work. I can make it work and taste good. For fucking little Timmy in Idaho, who has a Bible verse in his Instagram bio and posts anti-Semitic comments and follows like fucking carnivore YouTubers at the age of 15. For this fucking kid, he's gonna sear the steak, not even really, he's gonna boil it, not like he's gonna fucking, like it's not gonna make a searing sound, it's gonna make like a slow fucking searing sound. He's not gonna get the pan nearly hot enough. He's not gonna use enough oil because seed oils. He's gonna fucking get a shit sear on it, not even render the fat cap. Then he's gonna like not be able to tell when an avocado is ripe, so he's gonna put a fucking unripe avocado there, with a few berries that he probably forgets to wash, and then he's gonna fucking serve that with a couple of overcooked eggs, or undercooked snotty eggs, and that's gonna be his meal, and he's gonna eat that twice, and then that's gonna be it, and then he's gonna fucking hate his life, and then he's gonna see that like a few months later he's still at like 20% body fat, and then he's gonna blame it on Israel somehow. Like, that's the life of the average fucking Instagram user who who follows this health maxing advice, because dog, I would love to be proven wrong. I would absolutely love to be proven wrong by like a vast quantity of people like spam commenting, no, I've made the steak and egg cutting board diet and it's been the best thing ever and I'm making it consistently and I can afford it. Because that's the other thing. I would love to be proven wrong on this, but aside from the whole culinary thing, nice gish gallop, no, I think I explained myself pretty well, but it's expensive as shit. The steaks that they recommend, grass-fed fucking New York strip, do you know how many, like, it's not uncommon for a grass-fed New York strip that's like at least choice grade. I think grass-fed beef follows the grading system too, but so, you know, just a good quality grass-fed New York strip, it's not uncommon for that bitch to be like $30 a pound in the US, especially if you live like upstate New York or like California, California, like I live in, if you live someplace like that, it's gonna be expensive as shit. And yeah, for cutting, I guess it does make sense because like you're just not gonna buy as much, and so you're not gonna eat as much. Yeah, maybe. But like, are we really gonna have the fucking steak and egg cutting board diet for every single meal? And are we really gonna be able to afford all that? I did make a video, actually, this does remind me. I made a video about like alternatives that you can use and like an alternative you can make to this TikTok cutting board diet. And I was just thinking here, oh, isn't that hypocritical for me to say like, right now for me to say that it's super expensive, but in that video to say that actually it can be made affordable? Well, no, because in that video I use culinary fucking knowledge, like which cuts of steak are gonna be cheaper and which fruits are gonna be cheaper and like what combination is actually gonna work well together. I actually use knowledge of culinary things and like of proper fucking pricing and just like ball knowledge. And that part isn't expensive. But when people critique the original diet, which is like, yeah, here's a grass-fed fucking tenderloin, don't ask me how much it costs. And then here's a fucking organic avocado and a bunch of like Wagyu tallow and raw honey comb, and then the most expensive berries known to man. Their point actually does make sense that, yeah, that diet is pretty fucking expensive. And so, if you don't have the culinary know-how to take cheaper ingredients and make them taste better, then you're kind of boned. You're kind of boned. You can't be making this meal every day. You can like make it once for a special occasion. But that's like, think of how retarded that sounds, making the cutting board diet once for a special occasion. Like, it's not really that special. Like, taste-wise, it's not an amazing combination. Like, the flavors don't work super well together, so it's not going to be that enjoyable. If you eat all those foods once in that one meal, or like once in a while, you're not going to feel the difference. And it's going to be expensive. It's going to be like fucking... And even if you do have the money for it, like, there are better it's nutritionally dense, yes, but it's not the only nutritionally dense way to eat. And more than anything, it's fucking expensive. And it just has no inspiration, no creativity. Like, it's hard to make work. Therefore, cooking is so important. Down in the description, if you watch this far, then I think you can... Okay, so there's a course that is paid in the description. I will set up a thing where you can actually like book a free one-to-one call about your cooking struggles, because I think I can actually like learn the audience better. I learned this somewhere that like that's a way to actually help your audience better and just like provide actual value for free better, so that then you can make your paid product better. So book the call if you're like if you have any struggles with your culinary life and your culinary exploits. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Was there anything else? Yeah, steak and a cutting board bad because it's not like culinarily inspired, and it's not affordable. Nutritionally, it makes sense. I'm not saying it's bad because of any like cholesterol bullshit, obviously, because that's not like, has been debunked. But as far as price goes, and as far as taste goes, and like culinary creativity, it's not all that, bro. Like, it's not all that. And as far as like performance goes, which performance and nutrition are not always the same thing, because for a pure health focus, you probably don't want as many carbs as is optimal for pure performance. Is there any other weaknesses of it that I forgot to address? Price doesn't even fucking work that well, or like it can, but it's hard to make work that well culinarily. It's like not really good combinations. There are way better alternatives, and that's what I teach. With like fucking proper picking things out from the grocery store properly, so you don't get scammed for your cut of steak. Like, don't buy fucking ribeye, New York strip, and filet if you're super broke. Look for like sirloins and like rump caps, or like whatever the fucking like picanha, even tri-tip. Yeah, what fruits are like, what fruits actually work, like steak and berries. Like, are we dead ass? Like, really? There are other meats that work way better with berries, like duck works way, way better with berries. So if you want to have like a fucking, but then you wouldn't add avocado into that, and nor would you add fucking egg. So like a good meal would be like a duck breast, and then a sweet potato puree, and then like nice plate of berries. Not plate of berries, sauce made from fresh berries. Like that's not, and you can plate that up nicely. You can garnish it with some fucking microgreens or whatever the fuck if you want. But that can be so, like, it's so much tastier. It's actually really nutritious because, let's break it down. Let me break it down for you. I just start breakdancing. So, the duck is very, very nice. It's like a good source of protein. The fuck is that reflection in my eyes? I've been possessed by big cooking to spread anti-health maxing propaganda. No. So anyways, the duck breast is very, very tasty, and it's very, very nutritionally dense. Like, it's a bird with, like, especially if you get it from a good source, it's a bird, like, it has all the benefits of just chicken, but more minerals and more fat. The sweet potato puree, sweet potato is very good for hydration because it's a potato, but it also has vitamin A, retinol, which is good for your skin. My skin is clearing up like fucking crazy. It's unbelievable. I know I still have a bunch of scarring, but that's like, it's way better than what it used to be. And there's only like, I can count the number of fucking pimples I have, which is very, 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 very new. Seems the acne has like migrated over to my back. But anyways, tangent aside, the sweet potato has retinol. To make the puree, you add milk, which people like. These health maxers like because it's dairy. You also add butter, which again, is dairy. You can fucking omit the butter. You can like do chicken stock in addition if you're cutting. Other than that, and then you have the reduction with the berries. You don't even have to add that much sugar to it. You can add like a tablespoon to like max it culinarily. But if you want to avoid all refined sugars, then you low-key deadass don't even have to include additional sugar for the berry sauce, and you fucking plate that up nicely. Everyone's happy. Your dog is happy with the leftover scraps. You're happy. Your girlfriend's happy who you served it to, or your parents, or whoever the fuck you're living with, or yourself. It does good for you culinarily. I mean, nutritionally, it's good for you. It's tasty. Doesn't ruin the bank account. Like, you can get a duck breast for fucking $7 pretty reasonably, or like $8 pretty reasonably, as opposed to like the $15 for like an 8-ounce piece of steak. And overall, there are just many better options. I think I've gone over everything there. Yeah, book that free call with me below. If I have it set up. If not, just fucking comment and we'll set something up. And then, yeah, if this free stuff helped you, I do have a paid program down in the description. Thank you very much for watching this, and enjoy. I haven't thought of an intro, or an outro, but like, enjoy cooking.